You can find this on the official page of Benetton Music, Stoneboy. And I wanted us to play another one like Backbird, and we'll do that before we close the show, definitely. My director, Patrick Gomez, has promised me that, and he's getting a lot of pressure from the lead producer of the show, who is also pushing to make sure we play that Derek or somebody. In the meantime, let's do the newspapers. We do have a number of the stories, quite interesting, all on COVID, the policy direction of government as to whether we're closing down schools, senior high schools, and I believe even junior high schools, or what it has to be on the current ongoing registration exercise. And talking about the two subjects, we're having some conversation on this. And so before we get into the newspaper, let's run this by you. Dr. Ruth Owusu-Entry, she is the head of the psychiatry unit of the Confanato Teaching Hospital, will be joining us. We want to look at how the children or the students across senior high schools, third years, and also good track, but especially the third years who are preparing for the WASI, how their minds need to be in shape, how the incremental cases we're getting, and also widely being reported by social media, mainstream media, is going to affect the psychology. So how do we keep them in shape, keep their mental posture, their mental fortitude in shape? Great faculties that they already have, but they're preparing for the WASI in these times. So she's going to help us what needs to be done by parents, the complementary effort of communities where these schools are located, even for their students, what also needs to be done, and also for the parent, what should they be doing, and the administrators. And so make sure that you do join us. We know that we have various stakeholders in all this. The Ghana Education Service is indicating that schools will not be closed down. So that's the policy direction. Write down. No complaints again. We have to move forward with that discussion. The next conversation is also on how the ongoing registration exercise for new voters is going for you. Okay, so you have been to the registration centers, which will become the polling centers when we have December 7 election coming on. What have been your views and your experiences as you visited or passed by these, or what you've also read, etc.? And so you share them with us. We'll make available the Zoom ID when the time is right. What we have noticed is that when we share the ID, many of you tend to join in the process. And we have to make sure that we don't cloud or create a certain clog there as well. Let's do the newspaper. We'll start with the Daily Graphic. The Daily Graphic has on the front page, bank software hacked. And it looks like this is just opportune, right? We had a discussion yesterday with E-Crime Bureau, and it was on the banks having their softwares, their e-system being hacked, and messages are sent through Momo and also through other forms of software by fraudsters and hackers. And we have bank tellers, or those who tend to give the approvals at these banks and financial institutions, just automatically thinking these are proper messages coming from their system and approving transactions and affecting the bank itself and then the customers. So this is well captured. Front page of the Daily Graphic, bank software hacked, 46 million Ghana cedis transferred into 8 accounts. Police nabbed 6 suspects. The story is filed by Emilia Inin, and they went to the police CID, the cybercrime unit of the Criminal Investigations Department. You do know that the Bank of Ghana, just before the beginning of Tuesday, had given this indication that, look, we are in trouble. The financial institution should look up, and the story is coming. 46 million Ghana cedis. Well, they were able to arrest them, but 46 million Ghana cedis would have done their life a lot of good, and they would have continued with it. So, hush puppy right here in Ghana. We have other stories also on the front page of the Daily Graphic. We do have Corona Live TV series to be launched, we're told, and the virtual launch of 2020 Emancipation Day and Graphic Do Ghana Travel Festival today is at 10 a.m. The Graphic Communications Group is telling us. Let's go to the back page. It's a fake contact tracer arrested. And apparently, a 23-year-old man was arrested by the police who posed himself as a COVID-19 contact tracer. and 2 samples of sputum and unsuspecting persons at a fee. Charlie, everybody's taking advantage. But you just have to be wary. That's why this education is good. We have the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana also donating PPEs, medical supplies to COVID-19 treatment centers across the country. That's a good thing to be done as well. Center spread. We do have the story that says Parliament is approving loan agreement for construction of hospitals. We do know that the president, at the start of this whole initiative to make sure we combat COVID-19, has said 88 hospitals and health facilities will be built. Yeah, so I don't know whether this falls in line with the 88. Right. And 229 doctors and dentists have also been inducted into the Ghana Medical and Dental Council, the Medical and Dental Council. Now let's go to the Statesman. The Daily Statesman has on the front page, show us your youth policies. And the story also has an attached picture of Nana B, who's the national youth organizer of the ruling MPP. Up there we have 1D, 1F, that is one district, one factory, $200,000 plantain processing factory to be constructed at Aggo. And then we have NDC MPs requested military presence in Ketu South, says the Deputy Minister of the Volta region, Reverend Avulete. He's pictured there. On the back page of the Statesman, Guardiola, Manchester City manager, incredibly happy after Euro ban was overturned. And we brought that in our sports segment. Benedict also made sure of that. And it's all about how there was a ban, now it's been overturned, so they now go into the window and have transfers made, etc. And so and compete favorably in the 2021 season based on what the objectives are for the season. Ayas in hot pursuit of Ghanaian team sensation Mohamed Kudus. The Custodian newspaper, managed by Awudu Mahama. Good morning to you, Awudu Mahama. Has on the front page the Custodian. Akufo-Addo chairs virtual cabinet meeting. This has been going viral since. And Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the old man, very much in tune with the latest technologies. And while in isolation, conducting his cabinet meeting virtually. This is very important. It shows that, look, no age is any barrier to any form of mainstreaming into the current world that we have. He's a man of the moment, I always say. And this is good. We can all learn from this. We need to be practicing more of the virtual meetings, making sure work is done no matter what it is, whether we're present physically or not. You know, brick and mortar institutions are now a thing of the past, we're told. EC targets 10.5 million more voters. We spoke to Dr. Srebo Kweku, the Director of Electoral Services, right here on the AM show. He told us that they're targeting 15, 16 million people. So this is right in tune with what their objectives are. And then let's go to the publisher. The publisher has on the front page, the new publisher. I didn't use state cash to buy votes. Hajia Abibata Mahama, she is the deputy CEO for Maslock, was contesting for the seat as the PC elect of the MPP in the just ended, in the primaries. It's not just ended, it's been a couple of weeks now since the primaries ended. And apparently Corruption Watch had been or has indicted her or fingered her for a conflict of interest situation as deputy Maslock boss, but she's coming strongly with a rejoinder and saying, look, all these aspects of what Corruption Watch may have noticed has been grossly misinterpreted. And she said, I was performing my actions as the deputy CEO of Maslock, and it shouldn't be construed or misconstrued to mean I was attempting to use public office to win votes while contesting the primaries of the MPP to be the parliamentary candidate-elect of END. Also there we have angry parents storm Accra Girls' School, and it's all about COVID-19 to demand missing student. Maxwell Agbagba was on site, and today he will be coming from one of the locations for us to know what's going on with the voters register. Ibrahim Muhammad donates ultramodern anesthetic machine to the UGMC. He did it through his main company, Engineers and Planners. We say that thank you. Great commendations to Ibrahim Muhammad. Break for Swampo for Supreme Court adjourns case indefinitely. Also on the front page of the publisher. Let's go to the Ghanaian Times. The Ghanaian Times has on the front page, 6 busted over 46.1 million Ghana cedi bank theft. And Samakwa is pictured there, Moro Issa pictured there, Emmanuel Adams pictured there, Hudu, Abdul Mumuni, Agbanu, Fenus, Chrissy also pictured there, and James Taylor pictured there. We're told that 2 people, or 2 others, are also on the run. They had hacked into the banking system of a bank, and apparently they transferred monies to the tune of 46 million Ghana cedis. And the cybercrime unit of the police, CID, were waiting for them to go and do the withdrawals or go and do other forms of transaction on the transferred money. And then 6 of them were busted. 2 are on the run, we're told. Charlie. We just had a conversation with E-Crime Bureau about how the banking system is being hacked. They use proper messages, and authorizing agents or assigns of the banks are authorizing transactions they are thinking are from the account holders, and all of us could fall victim. So we should all be aware of this. Ongoing voter registration exercise. The Greater Accra voter region top challenge cases. So we have Ghana's confirmed COVID-19 cases climbing to some 25,252. African court throws out WOYOME's application for review of judgment. And then we have on the back page, sustainable land water management project in Northern Ghana progressing significantly. And 39 FDA staff test positive for COVID-19. So we have more formal firms or organizations also coming out to declare the status of their staff. We've done that. All of our staff, and many of them have returned already at work. Shows that you can battle COVID-19 and still win that battle. So we have many of them, if not all of them, now returning to work, following the right protocols. African court kicks out WOYOME again. That's on the front page of the Daily Guide. And it has an attached picture of Alfred Agbasi WOYOME, story filed by Jibril Abdul Razak, the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper. It's been in trouble since. 51 million he received as judgment debt. He's never slept. It's not easy. No pain, no gain. This pain there, hard pain. He's never slept. MPP gives NDC 7 days to name one youth policy. It says, name one youth policy you have initiated and implemented. And I'll be there. He's a youth organizer. And, you know, I always say that. Yeah. So, 2 Nigerian kidnappers grabbed. I don't know. Why is it that we always do this? We tend to say Nigerians. Why didn't we say 6 Nigerians or 6 Ghanaians nabbed for trying to illegally transfer 46 million into their own account after hacking the banking system? These are all Ghanaians, but we tend to discriminate. It's not good. Nanache's cabinet from quarantine. Yeah. And it says Akufo-Addo addressing his cabinet. And you can see the picture, large. This is good. All of us should practice this. On the back page, Midiema want 200,000 Ghana cedis for Blay. So that is the new sensation. And Kotoko want him to play for them. And Midiema FC is saying that Kotoko, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, my own team, should pay 200,000 Ghana cedis. Shall I just do the math? Wow. That's good. $200,000, yeah. So just do the math. Lumba names Osei Kofi, greatest of all time. Nearly said goat. Well, but that's goat spelling there. But it means greatest of all time. I will quit Inter if, and that's Inter coach Antonio Conte. He says questions continue to be asked over Antonio Conte's future at Inter Milan after he insisted that he remains committed to the club, while also admitting he was prepared to quit. Conte's mixed messages followed Inter's 3-1 win over Torino Monday night. A return to form following a poor run amid the resumption of Serie A, which has seen their title bid disintegrate. You know, before COVID and the suspension of the league in Italy, they were on fine form with also the former Manchester United striker and the Belgian also doing some great things for Inter Milan. Club slams City ban escape. Says, look, why? Because they're a big club. You know, when they are wrong, they are wrong. We have the front page of the Finder. The Finder has on the front page, NPP lists 60 youth-focused achievements. Nanabi challenges NDC to list theirs, boot for boot. The campaign is on. Virtual campaign, physical campaign amid COVID. It's on. Yeah, so the NDC also needs to come in and say, look, this is what we've been able to achieve. Otherwise, the NPP has won. One correct, one plus, one positive. Okay. We have GES defense indecision to keep students in school, and Nanado chairs 80th cabinet meeting via Zoom. I never use state money to campaign or buy votes. Deputy Maslock CEO there, Abibata Mahama. Then we have the Daily Dispatch newspaper, our last paper. The Daily Dispatch newspaper says, billboards and posters not the best way to campaign for votes. This is verified survey and information. And it says a survey conducted by the Department of Political Science, University of Ghana, indicates that erecting billboards and pasting of posters by political parties and candidates are not the best way to mobilize support for elections. Yeah, please tell them. University of Ghana survey report indicate they should take this seriously. The survey conducted in 2017 showed that in the case of billboards, a cumulative percentage of some 47.9% of respondents believe billboards were not the best way to campaign, mobilize support for elections, compared to 6.5% who think otherwise. Come to me, interact with me. That's what the survey is saying. Don't put billboards when I'm in my trotro and just waiting. I'm hustling. Especially in this COVID when everybody's sweating. Nobody wants everybody to touch or anybody to touch each other. Actually, it's not the best way. And then NDC lists 10 reasons why Akufo-Addo has failed the fight against COVID-19. We also have 10 reasons why they think the governing NPP and the Akufo-Addo government has failed. You also need to name 10 reasons why they think they've done it well. Yeah, the campaign is on. EC resolves duplicate voter ID numbers at Okankwe North. But I love this. That means story there about the billboards is good. But this education is there for all of us. A compilation of the 2020 voters register. Now, let's go to myjoyonline.com, quickly go through the homepage and tell you what's up. Schools will only be shut down if COVID-19 infection rate reaches 15% across schools. That's the Deputy Health Minister. So everybody get it in your mind. It's not going to happen. That is why, going by this policy direction, we say we want to complement the efforts of the conversation and also the COVID-19 team. And we're asking how best can we prepare the minds of the students as they prepare for WASI. That is why Dr. Ruth Owusu-Entry, head of the psychiatry unit of the Akufo-Addo Teaching Hospital, is joining us this morning, but not before we do sports. And Benedict also is in with the latest sports headlines. Do stay with us.